All right, so this is my family's Jewish life in America. And this picture is the ship that my great grandmother Rose and her family sailed into America on. So, what country, city, and or village did my Jewish relatives come from? My great grand my great grandmother Rose came from Belarus in Russia in the town of Rashika. My great grandfather Jack came from a town called Cherigov in the Ukraine. And this photo is from Cherigov overlooking the area where my great grandfather Jack Frankel was born and lived. So why did they leave their native country? They left in the early 1900s because of the persecution of Jews. The Jews were always under siege, their property was destroyed, they could not own land, and it was hard to find work. And this picture is a ladle that my great-grandmother took from Russia. My grandmother always uses the ladle when serving soup on Jewish holidays to this day. Did they leave family back in their native country? My great-grandfather left his mother, father, 2 sisters, brother, aunts, uncles, and cousins. He was 14 when he left Russia because he would have been drafted to the Russian army. During World War II, the rest of his family went to Siberia. My great-uncles came to the U.S. in 1978 and they were reunited, but Jack never saw his other family ever again. My great-grandmother came to the U.S. in 1913 with her parents, 3 sisters, and 2 brothers when she was 3.5 years old. They did not leave anyone behind. And the picture is Jack's family in Russia holding his photo. Did they come straight to the United States? And what city did they first come to in the United States? My great-grandfather's ship landed in Canada first, and then he went on a train to the U.S. into Chicago to go to an uncle and aunt who were sponsoring him. My great-grandmother arrived straight to the U.S. at Ellis Island in New York, then settled in Wisconsin for a few years, and then went to Chicago. And the pictures are my great-grandfather Jack's papers that he used in order to come to America. What challenges did they face when they came to the U.S.? My great-grandfather had to learn English, find a place to live, and go to a boarding house when he was 16 to learn a profession so that he could support himself. He never had more schooling. He went to Jewish People's Institute, which took people with no skills or languages, and he went to classes there to learn a trade and English. My great-grandmother had to learn English. She spoke Russian and Yiddish, so she started school with a lot of other immigrants. She and her family stopped speaking Russian because it was important for them to assimilate being American. She went through 9th grade, but she had to quit school to help support her family. And this picture is the leather holder that my father kept his immigration papers in from Russia. He either brought it with him or got it when he came to America. And this is the final slide. My great-great-grandmother, great-grandmother's mother, always kept a Jewish home. She kept kosher when available and always kept a Sabbath. But as their children got older, their Jewish life became more tradition than religion. It was very important to them to connect with Jewish people and to live amongst Jewish people. My great-grandfather's Judaism was important to him. He loved going to services when he did, and if he didn't have to work so hard, he would have spent more time at temple. But by coming to America, he had to give up his family, which deeply hurt him. And the picture is the ring that my great-great-grandmother, Hannah, gave to my great-grandfather, Jack, when he left home, so that he would always have something from her with him. My dad is named after her. And that's it.
Wow. Excellent. Very good.